Into Valetta by bus, riding along a tree-lined street.
Entrance gate to the city.
Passing the Triton fountain, whose 3 tritons all face the city gate. Unfortunately, the fountain was not in operation.
Progressing into Valetta, we can see the incredible stone bastions that any invading army would have had to have climbed. The Commonwealth Walkway, inaugurated by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II on the 28th of November 2015 and links 20 landmarks within Valetta.
Our destination is at the far end of this street. Galleria Malta, the famous brightly coloured enclosed wooden balconies.
Finally, at the end of that never-ending street, we face the rear defence walls of Fort St Elmo.
Walking around to the seafront of the fort, the walls are even more daunting in appearance.
How long did it take to cut this water entrance into the fort?
Looking towards the siege bell and along the front of Fort St Elmo. Knights guard the entrance to the Piazza d'Armi, where the parade takes place.
A highlight at Fort St Elmo is the Guardia parade, held on selected dates. The in-Guardia reenactment portrays an inspection of Fort St Elmo by the Grand Bailiff of the Order of the Knights of St John.
The garrison demonstrate their military drills to show the Grand Bailiff their ability to defend Valetta against military threats. The entrance of the Grand Bailiff to the viewing point.
A musketry demonstration. The Grand Bailiff reviews the garrison. A priest offers blessings to the party of flag bearers of the Sovereign Order of Malta.
The flag of the Knights Hospitaller of St. John is marched across the square.
We are about to witness the ceremony of the flags, which is a symbolic representation where a member of each auberge presents his flag to the gonfalon. This is a sign of loyalty of those knights belonging to that land.
Provence, France.
Auvergne,
Italy.
Aragon, including Navarre.
England, including Scotland and Ireland.
Germany.
Castile, Leon and Portugal.
The flags are marched around the parade square before a second musketry demonstration.
An honourable draw ends a fencing rencontre. Before the troops march off, and the Grand Bailiff hosts an after-the-parade event. Now to explore Fort St Elmo.
There is a probable family connection here. My father Norman, a lieutenant in the Royal Artillery, arrived in Malta by submarine shortly after the Germans laid siege on the island in World War II.
One can imagine being on standby in the mess room and the alarm sirens howl.
You go pounding up the steps. This might be your duty station. Or this one.
Yet another. Look how unprotected the team seem to have been.
You might be assigned to the command center.
Solid concrete walls and small windows facing directly into the path of the invading aircraft.
One man, one telephone, passing on orders and instructions from the fire control commander.
A second observation room facing another key direction.
Down long tunnels you come to the main armaments on semicircular tracks.
Strategically placed to face Sicily, the island from which all German air attacks were launched.
Looking back at the Fire Command Center and other watchtowers.
The Bofors 40mm light anti-aircraft gun. During the siege, there were 129 of these guns on Malta, covering the Grand Harbour and the airfields.
Sadly, much of the fort, such as this block, either for officers or accommodation, has been allowed to fall into disrepair. A restoration program is in force.
We leave with a last look at the huge walls on the inland side of the fort.
Walking the narrow streets of Valetta.
Looking up at the marvel of the St. Paul of Shipwreck Church. It's Sunday, so no photographs as the service was going on.
Statues to St. John on the left, St. Paul on the right, St. Lucia Street, Valetta.
Looking down the steps of St. Lucia Street. A no-go for Gail on her mobility scooter.
After a bus ride home, cocktails on the 11th floor, supper time.
Tonight we eat in the Cheeky Monkey, so we get Cheeky Monkey food.
Followed by the real deal. Ribs, sliders, garlic bread, chips to share. Yum.